We've had tracks with big jumps. We've had tracks with little jumps. We've had tracks with corkscrews. We've had tracks in parking garages. We've had tracks with shark tanks. We've had tracks with conveyor belts. But Races and Fun still finds a way to change it up and make it insane. Featuring today, loop-de-loops. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan. Heat 1 coming out here. You saw your 8 teams, and you can see the 4 racers in the top left. Again, this will be 2 heats of 4, top 2 advancing to the finals, and those top 2 will advance as we narrow it down each time. 8 racers over the course of 8 videos. You guys all know how it is, and we'll get that final. Oh, big jump here at the end too, and Shazam turns around and stays straight. And let's break down this one. See, the Praetorian Guard pushed right through there, but didn't have enough time, didn't have enough length at the end. I was maybe a couple lengths there after the jump would even be nicer, but it almost is nice to have jump right into the end, really forces quick turnaround. They'll get going here, Shazam with 5. But here we have a loop-de-loop right off the bat, which really starts to separate the cars. Then we head into that large bank, and we come back down a steeper hill to another loop-de-loop, and you can see where the separation starts to happen. But one of the most wonderful things of this course is this big jump right here at the end. This curved bridge really adds to the excitement that would come towards the last couple lengths. So I'm really excited where that's going to take us. I'm sure there will be nonsensical finishes over time. Shazam with another 5 points. How exciting that we continue to build on the features every single time. Races and Fun never lets it get boring. I mean, like I said at the beginning, so many different things have featured on this channel. And a course with 2 loop-de-loops seems just ridiculous. And throwing that bridge at the end, insane. Praetorian Guard almost loses his wheel. Oh, he's up! He's on! Oh my God! He's on his head! And he still slid across in front. Another car on their head, Mercedes. He just slid across. He still got the 5 points. How incredible! Shazam followed through with 3, so I think he's in a lock to move on here. But and that's the insanity that's gonna come. Imagine a battle between 3 vehicles who crust that bridge, and they're all upside down. That's not impossible, especially where we, well, 2 cars upside down, and we're only about 1 heat in. Here we go, Shazam pulling away fast once again, down towards the bridge, zigging and zagging, finds the bridge, over nice and clean. He didn't get any airtime there, but had a lot of room, so didn't need to worry about it. And one of those cars didn't even get up. Well, I guess that's something to be aware of too as you come down here. That's a steep bridge at the end. It's one thing that's striking me early on. Shazam and I believe Praetorian Guard again are going to move on. But strikes me early. There you go. Strikes me early that I mean, that bridge is steep and it's right at the end. It's not an easy obstacle to pass. So it's going to be interesting to watch how these cars handle it. Next set of 4, Porsche, Draftnator, Corvette. Oh, and one of my favorites, the Purrfect speed. Good to see them back. And I'm excited to see how they're going to perform. I will say a 5-5-5-5, a 20-point finish in any heat is going to be much harder than in a lot of the past tournaments because of this end bridge and all the obstacles that these cars have to overcome. It's not just a straight speed run. We really have a lot of stratification possible with the loops, where it's very easy to lose momentum or gain it. And this end bridge, which really shakes cars up like maybe shook a gumball machine, just really puts them on their heads. So on to Heat 2, Purrfect speed up there. Man, I can't get over that. How exciting to have that car back in here. I mean, if that car starts winning and it looks like it's on its way, it's really never going to get old saying its name. Right now, looking for another 5, runs to the inside, big jump at the end, and wow, nice. Is able to maintain his footing. And you know what they say, cats always land on their feet. And he'll slide to the end and he'll have another 5. And that might be good for the Purrfect speed. I can't even get it out. For the Purrfect speed. Because Cats do tend to have quite the agility, so loop-de-loops and big bridges, a lot of airtime and upside-down movement. Good for an agile vehicle. Here we go. Next heat. Right now it's 5-5 for perfect speed. Draftnator's the only one who's really been even close with 3 and 3. He's trying to pull it back here. He has an opportunity. He's only a few lengths down and with some speed on the inside line, and he's out by a couple of lengths. Nudges the perfect speed away. Nose block over the bridge, and he straightens out to win. Oh, man. Corvette stuck on the side. I mean, that's the easiest part of the track right there, the straight run before the bridge, so being stuck on the side, not the best look for him. But the Draftnator pulled out all the stops, quite a defensive maneuver. Quite a smart use of the nose block. Wonderful, really, and I didn't even see it at first, but realized that putting a nose block on, really twisting like that down into the bridge, is such a smart idea because the bridge gives you the momentum afterwards to straighten out and race after you've already deadened the momentum of the other racer with that nose block. Draftnator on the far side, starting to lose some ground. Perfect speed back into it. Draftnator, oh, gives room for the perfect speed, but he spins away. Wow. I thought that Draftnator opened a lane, but perfect speed, I think got one of the wheels caught on the side of the Draftnator or just had a bad jump because he went for a spin. He will advance 16 and 16, but no perfect set of 5s yet. So we'll see that cat here at the end as we head to the final heat. The best 2 from the first couple of heats here are going to race. And I believe just one of them will move on. Because we're going to have 8 videos narrowing down to 8 racers. So I believe it's just one, unless the structure has changed. Perfect speed here on the near side. Oh, gain some ground through that inside line. Only down a couple lengths. The Praetorian Guard, big nose block, traffic jam. But no, he's got to the end. He's up by a couple wheel lengths here down to the finish line and just keeps that line of cars behind him. Praetorian Guard, 5 points. Shazam, 3. Shazam, who had no problems against the Praetorian Guard here in the first heat that he raced in. Now struggling. Maybe it's just finals jitters or whatnot, but I don't know. Perfect speed. Back out there. Big lead. Up by a couple lengths for Shazam. Speed down through the second loop. This is where all the speed usually came for him. Perfect speed. Oh, a collision with Draftnator. He's down to 3rd. Draftnator is on his back. And perfect speed gets a couple of points. Up to 3 for him. Draftnator still crosses with 2. And Praetorian Guard goes from 5 to 1. Shazam still up on the advantage. He's up at 8 points. Heat 3. It's a toss-up. I have no idea. I mean, if you go from 5 to 1 and all the other cars are kind of staying in the middle, this is going to be really tough to call. Draftnator on the near side looks to have the edge, especially with that inside line. He's got a big lead. Perfect speed. Trying to grab it back. And starts to lose all the speed. Terrible loop for the perfect speed. And Praetorian Guard comes out on top. Might be another 5. And Draftnator, oh, almost had a chance. But he'll pick up another 3. And now things are tough here going into the end. We have 11 from the Praetorian, 10 from the Shazam. Looks like the perfect speed, and even the Draftnator might be out of luck here as far as first place. And that is true, so keep an eye on Shazam and Praetorian Guard. Whichever one of these cars wins will be moving on. Here we go. Shazam way behind. Praetorian Guard looks like he's fighting for first. Fighting Shazam inside line, big lead over the hill, and he will be moving on. Came from nowhere and took advantage of that final straight, which always was strong for him. Big speed, winner Shazam, 15 points, and he'll be advancing to those finals, which will again come later. You see all those question marks, 8 of them to be filled. 1 was filled today. And we'll see you next time on Races and Fun. What an exciting new course they have for us.